Welcome to the boombar on your boom radio, and it says everything they boom on your boom radio NG.
You want to know something? Boom shaka.
Boom shakalaka. There's someone that calls us that boom shakalaka. Yes, on your boom radio NG. My name is Sola Rogers.
My name is Oladolupo. You know, the one and only.
I'm Deyemi Saka. And it's not the one being dragged.
At this point, yeah, it's good to actually put
the
it
clarification is needed.
It's
not the one being dragged. Not the one being
Mm-hmm.
maligned or defamed.
It's strange.
It's sad.
So you're wondering, like, what's the boombar? For those of you who are new, who have not seen this before, you've not heard about us, you've not watched it before, the boombar is very simple and clear. It is a 1 hour show that's based on music, sports, politics, and everything in between. At the boombar, we not only analyze or criticize, we also prefer solutions. It's what we do. And on that note,
I think we need to stop that preferring solution. So people are getting paid for it too. And they're not sharing us the money.
yeah, well, eventually the money will get around and it will go around. Yeah, I believe so. But that's not the only motive. I'm not going to lie and say the money is not a motivation, no. But it's not the drive. We'll get there.
It's not the primary motivation, but it's a secondary motivation.
After secondary, what's next?
Tertiary.
Then what's the one after that one? Fortuary.
No. Yeah, that reminds me. On the flip side, I saw a picture.
Device.
Sorry.
Is Yemi?
I saw a picture of a lady, and the lady was trying to post for have a snapshot, and you know where she was, she stood by a signpost saying mortuary.
Congratulations on your new achievement. How in God's good heaven would you go and pose for a picture?
As a press man, there's empirical evidence.
You see, as a media person, you can go anywhere. But I'm talking about the way people will take pictures every and anywhere.
Anyway, people just
I saw a video.
check. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I saw a video of two ladies by a riverside who were moving backwards like they wanted to take a picture until they fell into the river.
Okay.
No, it's been
It's
a
a
while.
riverside.
It's been
riverside picture.
It's been a while. We had my water had August visitors.
Yeah.
And when selfies became a thing across the globe, there was a time that there were deaths recorded based on people who were trying to take selfies. I don't know if you guys followed. People went to skyscrapers and all sorts of places, and things went wrong. Things happened.
I've not been a fan of things like that. Call me old school. Call me
See, it's not about. I don't think it's about being old school. It's about just respecting yourself.
No, should be Otimo.
Do you get it?
Yeah. I remember someone close to me said that Nigerian journalists and different journalists went for some tourism thing in South Africa.
Okay.
And one of the things on their itinerary was bungee jumping. And they said on the day of bungee jumping, it wasn't as if the Nigerians had a meeting,
All
the Nigerian journalists just stood by and like, don't worry.
Safe journey.
You guys go ahead. Bungee jumping. They will tie rope on my leg.
And have to be from a cliff.
I will now jump. Then when my head is about to hit the ground, the rope will now pull me up. I'm not interested. It's maybe at your own time that the rope will now cut. They will not tell you.
Maybe in South Africa they don't have village people.
Hey,
and these days village people are entering.
Village people in Nigeria.
Village people, before they say they don't cross water.
Say zoo.
These days, village people will wait for you.
No. Those ones.
No,
in
the olden days.
Those olden days don't know. There's
the
no technology.
village people did not have technology. Their technology was limited.
You see, I think we're losing it. But let me just quickly say this: there was a time we knew, and probably anybody wants to deny it. This is a global platform. Our own people, we know there is a way they call people back.
I don't want that.
But was that thing actually like really true?
Okay,
let's go on.
Let me just tell you about someone that might end up watching this video. How suddenly my guy just woke up one day, left wife and 2 children and arrived at the airport and called and said, I'm at the airport, come and pick me. Someone that they had not seen in about 7 years just suddenly comes, and he didn't even come with anything.
People are hard though.
Is it Nigerians. Let's say this. Yes, there's whatever anybody could say. There could be science, there's religion, there's whatever you want to look at it. But we must not delude ourselves. We grew up hearing stories. We grew up having instances and examples around
of those things, yeah.
Because you want to form, millennial, Gen Z, whatever. There was a time a guy was walking around town saying he was going from village to village, town to towns, that there is no quote and unquote juju. I was laughing.
Is that one that you will not say?
No, I was laughing because I just said if the guy knew he was so strong, he should have just gone to somewhere like just a very small village, Imodimoson. They have a very fantastic reputation.
Okay, very fantastic reputation. Anyway,
the headquarters of Agemo in Southwest.
So yes, it's a bar, and this is what we do. We break it down.
Just
before we round up on this intergalactic traveling of village people. Village people these days, usually before you say you want to japa, then you won't tell anybody. And these days, village people know.
They just leave.
They won't say anything. They're going waiting for you in the Canada. They'll be waiting there. They are waiting until the day a programmed bird that has a chip in his body will land in your house. You will kill the bird and fry it and eat it, then get deported. True story. Nigerian guy makes it to Canada. Sees a bird.
Few weeks after.
Sees a bird and says, our guy went and killed bird.
But talking about birds, there was a day I had this encounter. Then I was with my friends in a cotton. Early morning, just trying to take a walk to buy something for breakfast, and I saw these horrible, terrifying looking birds. Not normal birds. Anybody could tell me I'm being mystical or whatever. And this one of them crash landed. Around like 7 a.m. 8 a.m. And it's so this time that you're walking beside the bed and you expect the bed to up or probably trying to fly away.
It's just there.
Not there. You walk and you probably could see the menacing look in the eyes of the like the guy would turn. If you are looking, he would turn his head like this and look at you.
A bird.
And one lie.
I'm gonna have to crossroad.
I don't know if people saw a video of a little.
You have not finished. I didn't know what happened. The other 2 or 3 now flew low. Now flew around her, circled around her for a while.
How did you know it was a her? Oh my God.
Him.
This
is gender.
What's it called? Please.
Gender bias or
gender bias.
Circled it.
Thank you very much.
Circled it. Flew around it for a while.
Or them.
No, them. They
are
came
gender
down.
neutral.
They came down.
You don't understand. In Yoruba, you use awon for group. You also use awon for someone that is older, that is respected. So them. Awon.
Okay, so when the awon now came, they flew so. I'm not lying to you. Assuming this is the bed. This bed is this transformer that I placed there. They flew this low on the road without being afraid or flinching or anything. Then when they circled around it for 3-4 times, the one that crash landed now had enough power, and they flew, and that bird was shrieking while flying away. And the woman beside me said, "But she okay in the color committee,
I'm an only son.
I'm my mom's only son."
The funny thing is that I think our mentality is so warped. Why? I remember there's a video. I don't know if you saw this video of an Igbo lady. I think it was in Canada. I can't remember where exactly it was. Where her young daughter, maybe that girl is like maybe 8-9, comes home with a black bird, menacing looking black bird, all black eyes, black everything, and the woman kept her at the door. She didn't let her enter. She was like, "You're always bringing all sorts of animals in my house. That this time, I'm going to call animal control. And next time you bring anything to my house, you are the bird is going to live in animal control." She was going on and on about that. Hey, the girl was like, hey, she
No,
just wants
if
to
you know-
feed it.
if
Like,
she-
don't bring it into my house.
If the
Don't
girl
bring-
knew where the mother is coming from,
the woman was going off. Don't bring this into my house. Just go back wherever you get it from. Go and take it there. She was going
All the mother had to do was to show her some old Nollywood movies.
Oh my God.
Just show her about 3 or 4 Nollywood
Funny enough,
movies.
about 8-9-year-old girl, but she was not going to allow her enter her house with
no,
that
because
girl.
the girl did not grow up in Nigeria.
That's why you show her Nollywood now. Even if Nollywood is exaggerated, just show her.
They don't even show her Nollywood. They don't show her Nollywood. Do you know that some, and I'll say this, nobody should beat me. There is one tiny street in Abeokuta.
Nah, no deal.
If you want that girl to have a readjustment and realignment of views, take her to Itoko.
Hey, but she's in Canada now.
Let her just come for excursion.
Will you buy the ticket?
If they have the why can't we go to
You as a journalist now, you will go to Itoko,
me?
make a video,
Video
Me.
ad.
and we will put it on YouTube.
Me.
Then send the link to them.
Sorry, me.
Yes, now Deyemi Saka.
Why?
Sorry, Deyemi Saka.
Why? How?
Right.
No, I we'll still get to that. Don't worry.
Olani something.
So Bukola Benubi says, not my house. So. Oh my God!
Africans.
Like it was such
Africans.
reminiscent of a typical
see-
African mother. She was like, "No, you are not bringing that thing
I
into
think,
my
I think
house."
I think we're having an interesting conversation, and people are probably going to find out what you guys saying. But do you know, as much as Christianity and Islam has come to make us believe or see the African tradition and what have you as demonic or dark or everything, if you pick books to talk about spiritism, magic and everything in Europe, Eastern Europe and world, even the United Kingdom, it exists there.
Oh yeah.
So again, it's not that Christianity and Islam came to change anything.
No, they came to
per
put
se.
a tag.
No. I'm coming. Please, guys. I know what you're saying, but hear me out.
Before we kill you.
Yes. It's not that because Oyinbo or the Arabians brought Christianity and Islam to us. It is the way we took it. Hear me out. In the Bible, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers." So even the Bible tells you
Agrees that
there is principality and powers.
In fact,
We have now taken our own African knowledge and brought it into Christianity.
But that's the principality and power you see.
Exactly. So when we say, I was trying to correct on something
No,
that
but
we always blame
sorry.
the foreign.
No, sorry.
It is
But-
us.
No, let me even balance it.
religion then itself.
Let's even balance it. You know, sometimes like, when I tell people that, yes, you say Christianity and Islam, true religion, African traditional worship or religion, demonic, bad. Now, when you now give an instance, because now he's convicted, like I mentioned, Reverend King. Said Reverend King. Said, no, he's not a true Christian. He's an impostor. He's not a Christian. Then why don't you believe that the people that are involved in those bad practices in African traditional religion are the bad examples? Not that the religion is bad.
I agree with you. Again,
I agree with that angle.
I agree completely. Going
think it
going
makes
forward
sense.
with it, a lot of people, like, if you speak to people who understand Yoruba culture and tradition, there are two different things. Because people just say, if they say Yoruba is no, they tell you, for instance, that Eshu
He's not the Lucifer.
is not the devil.
It's not the devil. Yeah.
Okay, let me now give you an interesting story. I was asking somebody about the history of money.
Yeah.
It's history of money, and the person being a Yoruba person, a traditional that has knowledge about traditional worship and everything. That gave me an interesting story, and I probably want people that want to fact check or probably things they have another angle to it to come up with their own.
Yeah.
Said there were three deities that we know in Yoruba. We have Eshu, Ogun, and Shango. Everybody knows that there's this rivalry among these three people. Eshu is believed to be the mischievous one.
Yeah, very mischievous.
So it's like this, that at any point in time that she has problem with anybody, it goes to report to Shango. Shango tries to let me investigate. It tells Ogun. Ogun doesn't investigate. Ogun just goes there and just behead people. So at a point when there was a problem with trade by barter, then there was meant to agree that there should be a form of exchange. That what we call cowries, that issue had it with him. So instead of giving it to Shango, he felt that Shango was always questioning his authority. He now gave it to Ogun.
Okay.
So when he gave it to Ogun, now he now said when Ogun had it, so that naturally, because in Yoruba tradition and mythology, they believed even the witches are deities.
Yeah.
They now went attacking Ogun that wealth, how you that you are the one that has it and everything.
Yeah.
That was when Ogun now gave them the secret of it, not the wealth. So after that, and that was it. He now said, if you look at it, that there's nothing, based on Yoruba tradition and everything, there's nothing that you use in minting or printing money that's not made from iron.
Paper is made from wood now.
No, the minting of it.
In printing and minting.
Coin.
Bitcoin, ka?
Bitcoin.
Actually.
You know, I'm not printing it. It's just digital.
So
So,
anyhow,
Anyhow,
technology has changed it. So
Anyhow.
this is how we roll at the bar. There's knowledge being passed. There's fun.
Something
and
just
everything.
pops up and we just
You know,
go with it.
and
This part of everything in between.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is the in between. So it's been about 24.
Yeah.
minutes.
Let's move on. To,
Okay, let me say 20 minutes. We didn't start.
Yeah. Let's move on quickly.
There's
and
so
I want
much.
to start from, President Buhari. I don't know if he's left Lagos right now, but
no, I think that's another
it's
thing
been in-
today.
No, today.
yeah,
should leave.
but he should be on his way to
to
Dakar,
Dakar.
today as well. He's leaving from Lagos. President Buhari commissioned a few things. He's been commissioning things in Lagos since yesterday. The deep sea port, the Lekki deep sea port, the rice mill, Immortal rice mill, the roads, the Lagos Blue Rail Line. And why I wanted to talk about it, that these are things that are very laudable. Take the rice mill, for example. It's about the largest rice mill in Africa. It's supposed to churn out about 32
1,000 metric tons.
metric tons per hour
God bless Akinwumi and body.
for
Yeah, he started. He got I think 70-80% before it was eased out of. office.
it's interesting how this is the problem that I have with, maybe if we get to a certain point where we realize that government is a continuum.
Yeah. When you say God bless Ambode, you say God bless Sanwoolu too.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
because
decided
he
to
could have
complete it.
abandoned
He
Because
could
the
have
same
abandoned
the
it.
same Ambode inherited the blue
Rail line
blue
that
line
is being commissioned.
and didn't do anything for 4 years.
No. Let me correct that. Because at the point in time that time I go through the island a lot. What they first did was, I think it was stopped. They now reevaluated the AIA, because I knew at some point when I was getting to the island, yes, job was stopped at some point for a very long time. But before, I think 2 years into his administration, as I was saying, that was when they started raising the beams that you see close to Marina.
But unfortunately, the thing is that probably
They probably would have met up with
it. Probably
if
would have
if didn't
finished
stop.
it
No,
if it didn't stop.
no matter what anybody says, I know that Ambode did a lot of work. I'm not going to take that away from him.
But he did some bad things. Even the
But-
Ikorodu road.
Road that is being fixed. I mean the
K2 my traffic
My
Ikorodu
12,
axis.
yes.
That road, Fashola expanded that road, did a lot of magic there, and all Ambode had to do
Was sold out the buses.
So let's leave that. I saw how Lagos Homes started under Fashola. Was an upgrade of whatever they had before. And the Lagos Homes in Igbogbo,
I know that one.
who finished it? Sanwoolu. The Lagos Homes in Ikponri.
Yeah.
No, the Lagos homes in Igbogbo was
Yeah.
finished. Though.
No. It was because I remember actually reporting
just-
He just commissioned it, I think, last year.
Yemi?
You know, because I go to Igbogbo, I saw the buildings painted like the one in Ogbao.
Facts only. That's
Okay.
what we do.
I
Right?
know.
If you have something different, bring it.
I'll tell you know why, because I go to Igbogbo at that time. The
Lagos
buildings were
Homes,
there.
Ikponri.
No, I don't. Yeah, I know Ikponri was abandoned.
Lagos Homes, Lekki. Share you get.
I-
What I'm trying to point out here is that Ambode basically abandoned a lot of projects.
from Fashola.
which we will not have to be. We'll have to be
And-
dealing with new projects
And
now.
again, he came with some nice projects himself. So now imagine if everything that he started.
If it was Blue
This
Rail,
governor
probably will
did
be
not
talking.
finish.
Probably will be talking about the red line now.
I said God bless somebody. It wasn't even just not politics really, because there was a time I kept pushing these arguments across to governors in Nigeria, especially northern region. The best kind of rice you have in Nigeria, I can beat my chest to you that you get it in Niger State.
Oh yeah.
Pategi, Kwakuti.
What about Kebbi?
No. Kebbi has for the best rice you probably will get.
Okay.
You're
talking about the grade now, quality.
Quality.
Is it from paddy or even everything like processed?
I think processed. It's I think when it comes to paddy, I think you give it to Kebbi. When it comes to finished product, it's from Pategi and Lambata
in Niger State.
In Niger State.
Fantastic.
There is also rice in Bauchi.
Yeah.
There is rice in Kebbi. The rice market in Africa is enough for us to earn billions of dollars in forex.
The rice in Edo State, when you go to Ekpoma, because of the beautiful road network that Ambrose Alia put in place, in Ekpoma, you would find rice farmers put out their rice on the road to dry and everything before they go process it. They have a massive rice growing culture in Edo State. They have it in Cross River State.
I'm even coming to they have it in Ekiti.
In the east, in Ekiti.
Yeah.
They have it in Ebonya, Abakaliki rice. When Mongas was there,
Abakaliki rice is actually very good.
Very popular.
It's very good.
So let me say it to you about Mushara is and Dada.
you know,
I picked it.
Now
because
the rice
again,
that is going to
the
this
stoning
immortal
was an issue then.
But now
rice
it's not
mill
with this mill
from Kebbi.
Lake rice.
The lake rice is what is
What
going
is
to
fired?
be processed. It's what's going to be processed.
You see,
No, the party is going to be gotten majorly from Kebbi, but they are also going to source from everywhere now. Because for them to keep up.
So
Keep up
do you know
with
another such a button, Shola forgive? Do you know another rice growing states we don't look at? Nasarawa and Taraba.
Now, Nasarawa, Taraba, we have mentioned almost 12
About
states
10,
now.
12
Van
states.
Ekiti.
And all of this is Nigeria. Now, wait again, Yemi. The sad thing about this meal that Buhari has commissioned now is that the record that Lagos holds is only for a few weeks. In a few weeks' time, bigger rice mill,
I think in Jigawa,
will be commissioned.
will be commissioned. Yes,
That has a larger capacity.
it has a larger capacity.
No, let me not even shock you.
In Jigawa.
Do you know I just thought of something. Do you know even the so-called father rice that everybody think is just the reserve or Ogun State? Do you know they have a father as well in Ekiti?
Oh yes.
I can give you some. I have some at home.
Yeah, they do.
And you know the fine part of it, it even smells. It gives that thicker smell and tastier than the one in Ogun State.
But you know the funny thing, the Ofada in Ogun, are you sure estate has not taken over? Or this estate and that estate that they are building?
No, I think that they
do they still have those farms there?
I think it's still like a thriving.
No, it's not. No, that's why it's become exorbitant now to get. Because
it's not as
it's not as common as it is. If you want.
I know the funny thing is that our local rice now is what a lot of people, even nutritionists, are asking people to go back to. It's more nutritious.
You know why?
It has.
You know why? Apart from all of those science that you're talking about,
it's not polished.
Apart from all of that, the rice that we used to import is from silos.
That's been stored
from
for
those
a while.
countries. They've been stored for years, 10, 14 years. So what those countries do is that they sell the one that they were keeping as backup because it's food security. Yeah. They sell it to you
to have room to store more,
to store fresher rice
but
that they consume.
But I think there's somewhere is in Norway or Finland, I don't know the country, that has a silo or a storage for every species of everything on the earth.
That's beautiful.
Just in case of extermination.
That's a Noah's Ark concept.
Yeah.
And it's been preserved, as in any kind of grain, it's preserved there.
Wow. And this is the kind of thing. Honestly, I think that a lot of other states, other than Lagos State at the moment, and maybe a bit of Ogun State, I think that a lot of, especially the South, needs to be afraid of the North, where we're going.
And another thing we should look at is this. I can imagine how much a state like Plateau State will earn rather than selling Irish potato than bagging it and saying that's
process.
Fried.
Yeah.
Process.
Yeah. I was reading something like shea butter now. There is a
So can I have some?
Yes, please.
There's a processing plant now, because I think I was reading it that I think last year Nigeria made about $4 billion, something funny like that, for just selling the raw material. And then they sell it to, I think, China, that made about ×8 of that because they processed it.
No, let me not give you a shocker. Do you know in all of these things we're saying, I can tell you from Kudu, from Kutugi, Kudu, and what have you, before you get to Mokwa, it's a mass, and that Basita where they went to commission this sugar factory, it's a massive land. It's a sugarcane plantation. It's a sugarcane village. But Shola, Google it. Nigeria has spent almost $800 and something billion importing sugarcane.
That we have in large.
$300 and something billion importing sugarcane.
And this is why the dollar will always go up, because everything that you're importing, you should be sourcing
it locally. And
it's a failure on everybody's part.
Everybody.
From government to businesses and everything.
I had a friend, now it's essay to the governor. They were working, we're coming from Kwara State. For then it was in PDP, now in APC. I think it was 2014, so it was built to the 2015 election. I was saying, I don't know why you mentioned this, then Dangote doesn't come here to sell sugar, all of this is sugar. So when the governor came in and they saw the Basita factory that, I was like, okay, fine, nice concept. They're still importing sugar cane.
Still doing all that.
And a quick one to nursing or to expectant mothers. I was given a secret that once you take sugar cane during it was a northern friend that told me, during pregnancy, your baby will come out clean.
Yeah, I know that if you
sugar cane is pure.
Yeah, if your baby will come out clean, and even it might come out as even if you're
I was reading it that as much as for someone like me, I used to run away from sugar cane because it's very sweet, it's very this and all that. I now read it that sugarcane is a fantastic way to as much as yes, sugar is gotten from it. The sugarcane juice itself is very, very nutritious.
Yeah, and it gives it comes to the
that
sugar that doesn't alter.
Sugar, yes, exactly.
Yeah, that alters the body's metabolism.
Exactly. That so it's actually those are things that we really need to
I gave it a friend of. I told a friend of mine. I said I gave her the test. Because I take sugarcane during pregnancy. And she took it, and the baby came out yellow purple.
Okay, so you're hearing those things.
It tells the baby's pigmentation while in the belly.
Oh, okay.
Okay, again, before we move on to the other stories, now we're highlighting the strengths that we have and the bad and the good things that we're preferring solutions. But when they talked about multi-dimensional poverty, we're quick to say federal government. Multi-dimensional poverty is what the local governments and the states have caused.
Of course, yeah.
I believe it. People were arguing. I say, relax. Imagine if every state in Nigeria had a processing plant for what they grew or sourced locally. Imagine the number of jobs you would have created and the number of people who will be paid, who will still pay their taxes, and who will be able to take care of themselves and their families.
I see, and it's so sad that the raw material
and you're shipping it.
The raw material, whatever, it wasn't saying or didn't think of it or never thought of it or didn't even put up an argument or paper that they're thinking of how to develop or revive the hide and skins industry in the north.
Yeah.
And the guy was telling me that the best thing they've perfected is the technology to make kilishi.
To make kilishi.
Anyway,
the hide and skin is still being shipped to Europe.
Yes.
And they're still being used, even at whatever quantity, to make the most expensive footwear.
Most expensive leather around that.
It's from Nigeria.
All the Louis Vuittons and all that they use is
actually
from northern Nigeria.
Do you know how many of our beef could be processed and we could have our home locally made or Nigerian, not locally made, because at times if we use locally made, it sounds derogatory.
No,
I think we've moved on from that.
Yeah, but
what
I think
is local? Something that is sourced.
No, but I just think it's just the nomenclature. But if we can have our homegrown made corned beef,
all those things,
sausages,
because again, it's like crude oil. From crude, you get PMS, DPK,
you reduce,
AGO. Do you understand? It's the same thing When you look at yam, it's the same thing when you look at corn. It's the same thing when you look at...
Sola, do you even know the waste could even be turned to biogas?
Which is fuel.
Anyway,
that's fuel, isn't it?
We definitely
I know
sometimes
when you say governance is not rocket science.
So
it
cassava,
is not rocket science.
Look at all the things that cassava can do.
Fufu, gari, cassava flour, in fact, elubo.
Then again,
for bread,
you know that they also use it to make some kind of fuel or whatever. Because
even starch.
Most of these things are actually.
I think there's a time Brazil was
using I think cassava as fuel and all that. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. President Buhari also commissioned
enough of shipping out things. Process them locally.
West Africa's
chocolate,
deepest seaport.
Chocolate from Akure. The funny thing is, growing up, we felt, we imagined growing up, cocoa was just only in Ondo State. Mm-hmm. Then Ondo, now Ondo and Ekiti. But later realized even people in Ijebu land that cocoa farm.
Ogun. It was Ondo and Ogun that had the most cocoa. And then Ondo was Ekiti and Ondo combined.
Yeah.
That was what it was. But even in other parts of the south, there's
southeast, even east, you have people having cocoa farms.
There's cocoa, yeah. In even in Edo State.
There's so many things that
I know about the palm oil business.
Don't even go there.
Don't even go there. Anyway, so now President Buhari has also commissioned the first interstate rail system, the Lagos Blue Line, the first phase of the Lagos Blue Line. Said that is also going to inaugurate the beginning of the second phase of the Blue Line, and then
that's going to go all the way to
Okoko Michael. So I think that they're actually very laudable projects.
Talking about rail lines, and we talked about one yesterday. I sorry I couldn't stay back to be part of the conversation. There was I think 2013 thereabout. I had this idea in my head that every region in the country had to sit down and we should have, I think by now we should have state lines, regional lines and national lines. National lines should be those what we can say
like what you have already from Lagos to Ibadan,
the one that is supposed to
through Ilorin to Kano.
So I saw some states, some border states that you probably nobody can lay claims to those lands, or should be the one that the federal government, because if the state government, if Lagos State should build to the border point with Togo,
Lagos Red Line is not terminating in Lagos. It's terminating inside
Ogun State. So hopefully Ogun State is supposed to pick it up from there.
They have said they are going to continue that.
You see, the beauty about Ogun State is, I don't know, it's my state. My governor. Maybe later, but when he first got into office, I gave him a nickname, Arodeyo. It was just partying around.
Yeah, me.
But I think that, like you said, I think Ogun State is very, very peculiar.
I'll give you one instance that will make me doubt Ogun State latching on to Lagos State's development agenda and plan. Kosoko Road or Kosoko Street, Beggar or Beja. You drop, there's a dualization by Ambode's government, Lagos State government. You can't call it Ambode's administration. Lagos State government.
The bus park.
And there was that dualization to the borderline with Ogun State.
All you needed to do was just pick it up from there.
So what Ogun State needed to do was just pick it up from and continue.
Same quality.
And you know the sad part? That road stretches down
all the way
to the Bemil. I'm not giving a figure of that. God forgive me.
No, go ahead, please.
But to Bemil security, to even the Bemil church. Now, at the end of getting to Bemil church, it narrows down.
Yeah.
And not motorable to get down to Kajola. But if Ogun State government could even follow the dualization, not even dualize, just even tar the road,
at least make it motorable.
As far as the Kajola, it will reduce the traffic people experience at Sabo.
Yeah, travel time.
Because you cannot go through that street and where you just bust out is at the bridge.
So what we're saying in essence,
Ogun State saying they will do
they need to do more.
Maybe when we get into government, we will do. But when Ogun State government say they will, because the Ogun State governor or government is now busy with Deyemi Road, Ishashi, whatever. In fact, I don't know why a lot of people celebrate Bukule Amosun. I call him. He changed the slogan of Ogun State from Gateway State to State of Abandoned Projects.
Oh wow!
The bridge from Shaje to Shakmon. That bridge, that comes to Shakmo.
Yeah.
If you stay and look at the linkages,
Why
you will know that the job was already commissioned. In fact, I cannot, as a motorist, just want to fly that bridge because you see obvious engineering defects. I was in Ogun State for quite some time in University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. The Yanomotuari Road, the Abiola Way, that leads you to Yanomotuari, that takes you to Naarudin, and from there takes you to Kuto. There was a dualization of this road going on around 4-6 p.m. That's peak period for people coming back from work. There was no traffic. Do you know what that means? It's not needed.
It's not needed, yeah.
You go to from Naarudin to the junction Ishabo that takes you to Kuto. You went demolishing and dualizing. All you needed in that place to just manage, it was just traffic management, street lights or traffic lights. But you develop the street and everything. And in Naarudin primary school there, the roof line used to be like what is in Ibadan. Sorry, I'm not trying to insult that city.
Wow.
And just on that same street, that stretch you're dualizing, there's a general hospital there that doesn't have a CT scan.
Priorities.
I think is more about what people would see and what
like politicians are playing to the gallery.
Is to the gallery
rather than bringing impactful development.
Yeah, what is really needed. I don't know.
The general hospital is definitely the purview of the state government.
We'll see what happens.
I don't know what has happened to it ever since it was, God forgive me, God will not let my mouth put me to trouble. During Ogun State, during Benga Daniels, I said OGD means Ogun State greatly destroyed.
Oh God.
Almost I said Ogun State became a state of abandoned project. Action governor now, former Arodeyo. Let's see what will happen. Then we can probably take an assessment.
I heard some people going to Baba Yelu.
No, the guy, let me give it to my state governor. He's a fine man.
Oh, he's a fine man. He's a fine man.
Is that one we want to talk
about? No. Honest.
Somebody
that is fine is fine.
He's a fine man.
He's a fine man.
What has that got to do?
No.
How many governors are that fine?
No, wait. Do you think Edo State will not be praying to God that they should have a governor that will be that presentable like Ogun State?
So that they can be commissioning street lights.
No, but you know that Edo State, they
so that a state governor.
God has not blessed them.
God has not blessed them.
They don't have the destiny of having fine governors. Ogun State governor is a fine boy. No, I will not say this. No, Shola, fine man.
You people can't be talking about Edo State like that when I'm here.
Why?
You know I have a close affinity with that state.
But it's the truth now.
Don't. How many governors are that fine? Let's be honest.
No,
it's not about governors.
I know the guy also has good fashion sense.
Good fashion sense, good diction.
You guys are being sarcastic.
This is sarcasm. Have you ever seen my governor at a party?
Wait, your name is sarcasm.
Have you ever seen my governor at a party?
Oh yeah, next story.
Agbada, white, starched, again,
Tito.
No, but it's good to
I get it. It's fine. Move on.
So which state are you from?
Me, Ondo.
I get it to na fine man, great beard. She get that look.
Let me just keep quiet.
Very proud Ondo boy.
No, that your governor to fine. That is white beard.
My governor, they work.
Fine beard.
He used to be fine.
But no, give it to Aketitu. Aketitu is a fine man.
Aketitu, they work. Move on. Next story.
Anyway, the next stuff that we're going to talk about now is the CBN. Now, the CBN has insisted that January 31 is deadline to return old notes. The Senate is asking them to extend the mop-up by 6 months. Why?
Before you go for I talked to you.
Okay, what I wanted to say was
now we have to breeze.
Yeah, because there's a lot of drama that is happening. I know that the next few days, expect people talking about INEC extending, wanting INEC to extend. Why do we like extensions in this?
Sorry.
Before we get to INEC, let's stay on the CBN.
No, I was telling
let's generally.
Let's stay on the CBN. You see, for me, when the Naira recoloration was carried out, I told people, someone came out, a conspiracy theorist, the Bangida boy said a lot of things. I said, you want to rebrand or redesign your currency, and you pick the new design or redesigned Naira notes or denominations. You could pick 3 or 4 of it that looks like what they're spending in the Francophone countries surrounding us. Mm-hmm. The only Francophone country that has the best of political stability and that's not under any kind of anything is Benin Republic. Mm-hmm. Every other Francophone country that surrounds us has a bit of insecurity and what have you. And if you have insecurity going on, there's always a thriving currency counterfeiting enterprise going on.
Yeah.
And what they will just do, because they need to justify, they have to get the local, they have to get the dollars or the funding or whatever, they have to convert it to local currency to get things done. I just said Nigeria exposed itself to a transborder counterfeiting enterprise. That was why.
Really?
That was why I still keep daring CBN to release the new currency denomination in its vault. The way they will so pack fake back into CBN, they will be shocked.
Okay, so I kind of disagree with you to a large extent. One of the reasons why I disagree is that we all know that money used to be gold standard. Now it's dollar standard in quote. And the dollar that it was gold standard is nothing standard anymore. It's just print. It's a trap. Money itself is a trap for all of us because it's created out of nothing. And the CBN can decide at any given time to mop up or not. And that's why they have all those
intervention policies and whatever.
All those treasury bills and all of those things. At some point, have we printed too much? Let's mop up. Come and buy this bill at whatever. It's all hocus pocus. And again, still on that, they need to control the amount of cash in circulation. To maintain or probably or show off the value of the naira. They have to. And if for no reason, Yemi, the fact that too many people have stored naira in their homes.
No, that's
too
insane.
Many.
That's insane.
And people are actually insane, I swear.
I'm happy that they did what they did.
You know,
I'm not happy. I am not happy that Emefiele did not do it well, but I'm happy that
they made the move.
They made that move.
Because remember that when
look at the amount of money that entered into the system.
A lot of people were talking about that. Who keeps naira in there?
Sorry, I want to ask you a question.
Naira?
Do you know you were shocked that when they introduced this now, they said there was a need for them to get back into the bank? Mm-hmm. You will see a bill.
2007.
2005. 2003.
2003, 2001.
And then you're wondering, like, are you joking? Honestly, because I remember that there were a lot of conversations. I was in one.
Crispo.
That someone was saying, going on that how bad naira is, who keeps money in naira.
A friend of mine said something.
You actually think of it like, why would anybody want to keep money in naira?
Do you know why? You see, it's not just,
Nigerians are criminals.
It's not just about being criminal. It's a little bit of exposure to and what have you. I've met with some people, especially when it comes to, we're not trying to indict their or condemn their trade, but the change operators. The way those guys keep naira. Sometimes if you walk into an average bureau, the change operator. The time I knew their guys at Martins today, we were doing one campaign together. The guy will conveniently give you hundreds of millions in his office.
Yeah, cash.
They don't use bank. And second, the other set of people that keeps cash, politicians.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And former military administrators.
You know why? They want to be able to say, and that
at
thing
any
is always
given time
they want to keep their hand into the pocket. If you have 500 and they decide not to give everybody 5,000 naira, they'll give you cash.
Oh yeah.
It's those that have gone, up by the house directly to the bank that will say, okay, bring this amount to my house today.
In a bullion van.
Not bullion van. They'll come with their cars and
so it's very interesting that the CBN has now insisted, and the Senate is asking them to mop.
What is when the Senate? Is the Senate working for Nigeria or working for themselves?
The Senate will tell you that a lot of people are complaining that they don't have access to the money.
Yeah, according to the CBN governor, they're saying that
they have
only
enough.
Lagos and Kano are the only states that they're not going into rural areas. They're literally having like swap and exchange programs, operations in villages with people that are even unbanked, they're exchanging monies, and so they're not waiting till.
No matter what Emefiele says, I'm not looking at it from Emefiele's perspective or Emefiele's reputation. I'm just looking at it for the interest of the country.
Yeah, and
I think that change is needed.
We are criminals in this country.
No, Dolupo, I've seen people that will conveniently tell you and they will give you the cash.
Yeah, cash. Oh yeah.
And they don't care your safety, and they will give you the cash.
The stories about people building houses for money are actually true.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll just put AC there.
AC.
It's a very. I think that is a very mad.
Sorry, let me now give you another. Let me expose them. You saw those houses you see in villages that has those iron roofs, that design, or even you see that roof is seriously ventilated and it's a storehouse. But these days I think they are being careful because EFCC now comes through the roof to arrest. So they might not want to put it there. But you see all those houses that you'll be wondering.
Something happened in Abuja.
You'll be wondering. You're going to a village. Let's give an instance.
What's this mad house doing in the middle?
No,
of
you
nowhere?
go to somewhere like maybe you're going from Oro, or where is my brother Dauda from? Omano. Or you're just coming from one village, or let me use my own, somewhere close to my own village in Egypt, Ilese, or Idokunusi. You now see one massive building again. I thought you was in the roof.
Anyway, now people's monies are going to waste if you do not bring out those monies now.
I know. Let me shock you. You see the mistake you are making. I think there's a need for us to be patriotic when building a system. It's not just about the government, even the people operating the systems. You make all the noise. Those guys will still find a way to get that stash of cash into the even after the deadline.
Banks,
and
banks.
I say the week that they announced new naira, those Asake people at parties, they already had it. So and
then you wonder like how.
When you said Asake, I was all like, okay, you finish the statement.
The people that change money.
No, that's what I understood.
Anyway,
is there another meaning for Asake?
Let's move on quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there is another meaning for Asake.
So.
Let's not even.
No, I got the drift.
No, I get it, but he's saying that is there another
people
meaning?
that change money.
Asake was the one now. The Asake was now.
No, he said. So is there another meaning? For
but there's no name for that people in that trade. There's no other name for them now.
Exactly my point.
Which trade?
Those people at the party.
That's their name.
There's Oladolupo. Is there another name for those guys?
Is there something else you are not telling us?
No.
That's something else you are not telling us.
We do not have a lot of time, please.
Yeah, move on.
Anyway, another thing that I wanted to just talk about quickly before we go is Lagos SDP Chairman and 15 Exco members have defected to the PEP. That's kind of good news for Lagos.
That's actually good for the PDP.
Now, question is how big is the Lagos SDP though? Anyway, that's story for.
No, the number matters. It's still whether 10 or something. It's still
something.
Anyway, the
even optics.
Yeah, for the optics.
Osun Tribunal has fixed the date for judgment of the governorship election. So
what's 27th? They're still doing for payout job.
So we'll see how that works.
They're still for payout job before and after.
Quickly, Femi Falana has now come out to clarify Section 134 of the 1999 Constitution. We talked about this last week, where he was talking about if there was a lawyer,
I think it was Olisa Agbakoba
that was asking
INEC to clarify
the issue of winning 24 states and the FCT. If you need to win the 24 states and FCT to win an election, 25% of 24 states, if it has to be or if you do not need to win the FCT, because that's what it clarifies. Now, sorry, let me just finish quickly. Now, Falana is now clarified and now said that according to the when it comes to elections, FCT is regarded as a state.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And it's a very for me. So who is Falana to be clarifying the provisions of Constitution? It's not the Supreme Court.
No, he actually
there is
has a case.
There was a case.
Better.
So he was
citing the case that now when it comes to elections,
FCT is not seen
as a state.
It's also seen as a 37th state.
Yeah, it's seen as a 37th state. So basically, it's just 3/4 of 37. It's still 24 states.
Although I can now talk because I have diploma in legal studies, online, so I can still talk. But I don't think there was never Agbakoba to have said that. That was put forward for a 100 level law student to know.
No, okay, maybe 400, but some people probably need not everybody is a law student.
You know why? You know why it's okay for people to say that it's okay for Agbakoba to
He didn't point it out until he pointed
a
it out.
lot of them just started getting involved.
No,
It was actually immediately
understand?
pointed out.
A lot of
It was
people
actually a
did not
little
care.
confusing for me to know. Oh, I
No,
never
you know,
actually
no,
pointed-
sorry. Is it that Agbakoba is being
They
mischievous?
said and
That means do you know what that means in syntax in English?
and
And
You
so
need to
is-
win. You win to
And
win.
You know-
is plus.
yeah, I kept on saying and that day that we had the show.
I know
said,
it was like you have
and
to win. You have to win 2/3 of.
But
36
it could also mean that
I'm coming.
you need to
And-
win,
No, sorry,
and
sorry.
meaning
No,
that
wait,
you
wait.
have to win the FCT.
No.
and 24 states.
No. Calm down.
No, it's to talk of those states and
which must include your 2/3 must include FCT in the calculation. So they are not saying win 2/3 because in the constitution the states are listed. FCT is not listed as a state.
Yeah,
But FCT is part of the sovereignty.
yeah.
So you must have your 2/3 across all the states, all the confederating units in the confederation, all the units in the confederation rather, which includes FCT. So should we not start questioning the silk tie that was awarded to Agbakoba?
don't go there. It's a learned silk.
I honestly think that for
It was
people,
needless.
I think that
Some people
is
just, you
good.
see,
No, I think that is good for clarification.
Another silk has clarified it, so let's
I'm just coming a diplomat law.
I honestly think that it was personally. I think it was
man,
it was
sorry
good
to say
for.
this, but in all fairness, law is you.
now you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling, you know what? I was feeling cool with myself, Omo. But you know, I'll show you my transcript. That's 100%.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
Back to the story.
back to stories quickly. Now, there's a story where still going back to Osun State, where they now said that 4 teachers have reportedly died 2 months after Governor Adeleke sacked about 1,500 teachers.
Sorry,
that
did
the
they
former
die?
Governor, they said I think they died from lack of
Depression.
lack of jobs.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Did we see, when the guys that made, it's politics? Did we see the medical reports?
I don't know. Funny
The
enough,
pathological
I
reports?
don't have a problem. No, okay, I don't. That didn't come out right. Not like I don't promise people dying. My question is, and I've seen a lot of people begging the governor, what's he called? To be honest with you, I'm not particularly a huge fan of Governor Adeleke.
Yeah, that's how they your part too.
But my issue with it is that what he did, was it according to the law? Did they really have illegal?
No, sorry. Why would Oyetola, twilight of his administration, now create a burden?
No, see, it's not about. I don't even feel it is a burden.
No, it says a burden.
No, you know why I said so.
It's a financial burden. It's a recurrent expenditure.
It might be a financial burden, but if they are admitted into the system properly,
By
what Governor Adeleke is saying that these people, their employment was not even done properly. So if it's not done properly,
what's the teachers commission or the whatever doing, or the Minister of Education who was in charge of employment?
exactly.
You see,
So if it's not done properly, then nobody can question what he did.
forget about what Jackson Nuruddin did when he got into office. You know, he came with a lot of, razzmatazz, a lot of big dancing.
You people are very.
Why
would you call him that?
Yeah, but that's not
Adeleke.
Those are his names now.
Oh God, you people just like to water down people's.
Those are his
Adeleke.
names.
Yeah, right.
Jackson Nuruddin,
Oh, God.
Adeleke, the governor of Osun State, the executive governor of Osun State. You see, I think when it came the initial, showbiz thing, I think it's back to big governance and business, and I think the reality that there might be, I'm not preempting the tribunal. There are 3 options: either the tribunal says it was duly elected, or cock choice it out. I'll say there should be a rerun of elections, or probably is sacked. So I think he's now trying to play the politics right and appeal to the conscience and the sentiments of the people. That is doing those things in their interest.
Well, sacking 1,500 people in a state that has the highest number of civil servants. I think if you want to appeal to people, appealing to the civil servants should be.
Sorry, can I ask you a question? Do you know the debt profile of Osun State?
No, I get it.
I
know it's high. I lived in Osun.
Baba Kabiru.
For a year.
Baba Kabiru.
I know that it is that they do not produce a lot. Their IGR is
they produce
very low.
something. They put, and we will say it here. They produce gold.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, apart from Ife, that the gold.
But gold is on the exclusive list. So
No, sorry, but in Zamfara State, there's a way the Zamfara state government
has
is
now
profiting
gone around it,
from
with
the federal government that the Zamfara state government is part of those that will issue you the license. There is gold in SRK. They cannot delude me. As my best subject is geography. If you stay in any environment that has hills and hilly formations and water and sedimentary formation, anytime you look, any time of the day, and you are seeing this smoke coming out from the ground, there's serious mineral combustion going on there. It might be gold, it might be anything. So SRK2 is another gold mine. So I can say this. So Osun State, is it that they are not legitimately tapping their resources, or they are not
I
yet?
think there's a lot going on in Osun State. I think a lot of governors in that state have not done a lot.
Then secondly, I think they've been lazy about opening up the economy of Osun State.
Yes, I agree with you.
They've been lazy about opening up the economy of Osun State. Osun State also can have something we call Area J4 in Ogun State. Osun State can give you Ogun State governor had to clamp down on lumbering for a while. There's so much money to be made from trees.
From trees, yeah.
Niger report that I think isn't Niger or which in the country? That's not the only thing they have is timber as source of foreign earnings. So agriculture is there. So whether we like it or not, Osun State is also the melting point of animal husbandry in Nigeria.
Nigeria, yeah.
Because it's closer to Oyo, Ogbomoso, for those people coming from Kebbi or coming from Mena. So when we say these things, we know what you are saying. So the governors have been lazy. And then to open up the state, it goes beyond. You see, Baba Kabiru that collapsed schools to build a shopping mall. I was in Okefia. That we can call their own marina.
Yeah.
When the street light that was installed, that was working, but in Lola was removed and replaced with another one.
Anyway, you wanted to say something about that. Quickly before we go, SR's bestie.
Malami?
No.
Okay.
Blackface.
Who's Blackface?
Has now come out.
Who's Blackface?
Remember Plantation Boys?
Okay. Now I want to be so sure because I saw a video of him that was looking so prim and proper. We were getting Baba.
It's not possible.
Wow.
Carry on with the Blackface story.
Anyway, he has now come out to say that Asake Olamide has stole his song Joha and that they remixed it.
And he's going to deal with them.
Sorry, you see. No, but Shola.
Before you go far, let me quickly cut you short. I got on the internet. The only place I didn't go is the dark web. I have searched for Blackface's Joha that they stole. Because if they stole your song, it must be readily available for them to steal.
No, let me come to his defense.
I have a question. Why is it that it's only songs that
I can tell you for free that his song does not exist anywhere on the internet.
No, let me tell you what happened. You know, as a PR
they came to his house.
Okay. My client was there. There was a gig somewhere and he got tipsy.
And then he
played the song for them.
I know he did a freestyle. Joha thing.
Joha.
Yeah, you know, so.
And Asake was there.
Olamide was there.
Olamide was there and then Olamide.
I can now tell you for free that as far back as 2014 at the University of Ife or Obafemi University, Asake has been performing Joha. The dance that he does for the song, he's had it since 2014.
You know what happened? No. Another thing that could happen is...
So at what time did your client, Blackface, write Joha?
No, let me tell you something. He had inspiration. Well before Asake.
Why is it that whenever
he has been singing for a longer time than
he had
Asake,
inspiration for Joha.
So it makes sense.
Time. So
it was the inspiration that Asake stole. It's the inspiration. It's not the song.
He sang it to himself.
In the bathroom.
No,
but you know that they say that ideas move.
Studio.
You know, if you don't push something out,
because he sang it to himself. He let that was where the thing got let out.
Then he released it.
And that was the transfer of inspiration to Asake.
So in short, Asake did not steal song. It's inspiration that he stole.
Yeah, we could.
Lost Inspiration FM. Look back. I have a big problem with Blackface and the way he's always coming out. He said Two-Face stole his song. No. This one stole everybody. Why be saying this song? You know the sing that.
I think it's Thomas Barney that says all publicity is publicity.
Now we're talking about him.
So so I think he just wants to get into the news.
because honestly, my question.
When was the last time? Without this, we would naturally have talked of Blackface as something that was existing.
Because my question is always, how come it's only your songs that are always readily available for people to steal?
I agree.
It shows that it's careless.
From the time that he left or they broke up as a group, mention one Blackface song, one that he put out that became a hit.
African Queen.
No.
He actually made a whole video and it was.
Was he a hit? Whatever it is. Have you ever seen a song by a Blackface, any Blackface, even in America anyway? Anybody called Blackface that is a hit?
I think he tried. Was it? He tried something.
Mention the song now.
No. It's not a song.
What is it?
Mention the noise.
The noise. I mentioned it.
What's the name?
The noise. It wasn't a song, so the noise could be popular.
Oh God.
Did he make it?
Anyway.
Which is
for people that are listening and people are watching, thank you very much for watching.
But sincerely, they can't even the police.
Oh my gosh,
it's
time to come and be going. See,
if na maybe Olamide, I go just tell her, Oga sue us.
No, you say sue us is a long thing.
Go court.
No, it's a long. You know all of them. Oga, Egbon Hoba be the Japade, no paja.